So what I didn't have enough time in my plenary to do is to talk a little bit about a few of my other favorite pieces of software, and they include Dropbox or deskscribble, and then we'll talk about a little bit how you can learn how to use this technology. So let's talk first about Dropbox. Dropbox is a really great cloud storage tool. And so what it does is that when I create something, it goes in my Dropbox. So you can see here, these are my files, and I was obviously working on this session here, and that it's constantly saving to the cloud server. What this allows me to do is share files with other people. So that's my friend Topher. We're sharing a file. What it also allows me to do is to save something. I've had this file corruption notice come up and your heart just sinks because all the work you've been doing is now corrupt. It's gone. What Dropbox does is it saves versions of your screen capture so that you can go back 17 minutes ago before it was corrupted, re-download that, and restore it. So it saves your life. If you accidentally delete something, it's going to be there. If it goes corrupted, it's going to be there. If you make any sort of mistake and save it and you think it's lost, it'll be there. It has saved my bacon quite a few times. One of my favorite things. In addition, what it allows you to do is if you're working on multiple platforms, so for example, I have my office at Guelph Humber, I have my office at Humber, and I have my home computer, and I have my laptop. What it does is it automatically downloads any file I've been working on without a USB stick. So what I've worked on, make sure it's saved, it's uploaded to the iCloud automatically. When I open my computer at Humber, there's the file that I was working on. Phenomenal. We'll talk a little bit about deskscribble, and I'm going to give you a demonstration right now. What this allows you to do is to draw and to turn your desktop into something that you can actually manipulate. So I'll give you a quick example. Now I'm going to warn you, I am not the best at drawing. I'm using my tablet here, so I can create a little message to you. And some of you have better handwriting than I do. I can circle things, right? I can point things out to students. And so instead of having to use an iPad, this is my desktop that I've turned into a platform for explaining things. So I'm using this bamboo tablet and an app called deskscribble, and it's just for the Mac for now. One of the other things I can do with this is to create a white background. So if I go up here and I've got my deskscribble open right now, you can see this is my drawing tool. I can use my arrow, I've got an eraser, I can change the size of it, that type of thing. So if I want a white canvas, I've now got a full white canvas, my entire desktop, that I can now write some stuff on. So if I click here, and I'm going to now choose the pen tool, and I'm going to, write my name. My handwriting is pretty atrocious, so I like to generally use my computer, but for those of you who have more control, you could, explain something and turn your desktop. I can use an eraser, so if I started to write the wrong answer, I can do that. I can erase the whole screen and start fresh again, and I can undo moves as well. So let's go back to my desktop, and let's say I was actually wanting to explain something on a website. I could literally circle different parts of the website and point things out. So I could say, I love voice comments here. Wow, isn't that great? If I don't like what I did, I can always undo it. Okay, so it can go away. And this again is live. So this is a live website, and I'm going to maybe go here, and let's say I wanted to log in, so I can use my mouse clicks as always, and then actually draw some stuff on there. And when I'm done, I can just erase it. Some of you are probably wondering, how do I actually do this? So here are some resources for you. The Center for Teaching and Learning at Humber College does some wonderful instruction. If you would like to go visit the Waterloo student, They can teach you how to use Blackboard, all these neat things I've done with Blackboard, Mimeo, some other neat technologies which I didn't even get into. There's all sorts of workshops, so you can learn how to use clickers. There's vodcasting workshops, all sorts of things. And then if you're obviously doing your Teaching Effective certificate, it'll expose you to a little bit of the learning technology. Within the School of Hospitality, Recreation, and Tourism, I do a turnitin.com training every semester where I can teach you some of the tools in detail that I showed today. We also have some people that have offered their services who are familiar with turnitin.com if you want to get started before then. And then if there's enough interest, I could do a lunch and learn on any of these pieces of technologies I showed you today. Where I've done most of my learning is actually on the internet. So if I wanted to learn how to use Explain Everything, I just went to YouTube and I typed in Explain Everything app, and you'd be shocked at what you can learn because everybody is, well, not everybody, lots of people are doing screencasting. And there's all sorts of great documents on best practices. So when I do a video for my students, I don't make it last longer than 5 minutes. And I do a bunch of different topics and always refer to the previous learning, so it'll be broken up into chunks. Unlike this, which is more of a lecture style, I wouldn't normally do a half-hour screencast. So what I've covered today is assessments on Blackboard, discussions, Turnitin, some of the cool tools, how I can do screencasting with some different technologies. I've covered a few other tools, and most importantly, how do you learn how to do this? It takes a bit of time, but you don't really have to be fancy pants to do any of this.